the ATB Ashes. Well, Dean, you're going to come back on in a couple of weeks and try and win these back.
Why don't we get him on next week for the Goodwood? Platelet and Gregor's the rematch.
Okay, Dean, if you're game.
Righto, I'm down here in the centre of Melbourne in the Bet Cave. And I've found the Centrebet Kid Dean Elliott, and I'm going to give him a chance to respond to some of the statements from Darren last week, that the challenge for this week on ATB-TV.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me here in the Bet Cave, as you said, in an undisclosed location here in Melbourne. Now, last week, a few things to take out of it. It was, firstly, it's got to be a stitch up. 5-0, come on, you've got to be kidding me. Second of all, I've been told this week I'm not allowed to actually tell any jokes because Darren has to be the funny one, so I've got to keep that one.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you be funny, Dean. Be as funny as you want. This is your time.
Oh no, it's Darren now. Sorry.
Should we just
Darren, what? That wasn't a joke. I wasn't trying to be funny.
Oh, I can't believe
come
this.
on. You're kidding me, aren't you? Alright, okay, we'll tone it down. Alright. Now, where were we? Oh, now thirdly, now this little puny trophy that I wasn't even aware about that you're going to call the Ashes, well, I thought if we're going to do something, let's do it properly. And in the words of Paul Hogan, Darren, you don't call that a trophy, do you? I think this is a trophy.
This is a trophy, Darren. It should be embarrassed, that thing you had last week.
This is what we should be playing for. If we're going to actually get serious about this, this is what we should be taking home. Now, Brian, you might not know this, but this is actually a replica of the 2012 Geelong Cup that Tactor Pastron probably should have won a couple of years ago, but if you found his UK form, and just on that, well done on the win last week as well. That was fantastic. But I just thought it was quite timely to pull out the old Geelong Cup and re-engrave it and make it the Centrebet ATB Ashes.
I think I should have a Centrebet shirt on then, Dean.
Wow!
Bit of Centrebet.
There we go. The old Bet Cave doing magic tricks now as well. Okay, now where were we, Brian? What are we up to now?
Well, you've had your auto reply. Now, I don't want you to give your answer right now because I've got to catch up with Darren later today in Ballarat to do the rest of the show. Now, I'm going to hook into you by ATB Satellite. And I'm going to ask you there.
Great.
If you want to accept the challenge with Darren Dance.
Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance and I'm here with Brian Johnson. And today we come live from the centre of the Ballarat Turf Club in the old hut, Brian.
We are only a old hut, Darren, out of the wind, thank God, because it's pretty windy and chilly outside. But I think winter wonderland here in a couple of weeks is going to be pretty cool too, Darren.
Well, I can tell you I've been to a lot of huts in my life around the world in tracks, Brian, and I think we're in the best western here.
No doubt, Darren, no doubt.
Lachlan, you need to spend some money on this hut, son.
Righto, Darren, now we're going to have to get through last week's runners fairly quickly because we have got Dean Elliott from Centrebet coming live via ATB Satellite to accept your challenge.
Alright.
Alright, Jen White Geelong last Sunday, Darren.
Jen White finished last, Brian. She was well back in the field and she made a bit of a run through the inside. But unfortunately, Dean went for a run that was there for about 2 seconds. And the minute he went to go up there, the horse on the outside crashed him into the fence and she dropped back and she couldn't get her composure back. So just forget she went round.
And on the Echuca we had GITANO and GITANO in the same race?
GITANO was a very good run, just got beat, Brian ran second. Had every chance but was a little bit leaderish that track and I thought her run was outstanding and she's ready to win. LISTO GITANO, well he was disappointing again. He'll have one more go with blinkers on Brian, and if he can't be winning, or if he can be winning, it might be bye-bye LISTO.
Oh, that'll be disappointing for the owners and yourself if it is, Darren. And El Galgo, the fleshy grey.
He got pulled up out of the race. Michelle thought he'd broken down, but I don't know, maybe she just wanted to catch an early flight home, Brian, because she jumped off at the 400 and pulled him up, and Darren said there was nothing wrong with him on Monday morning, so I'm not sure what was wrong there. But yeah, no, pretty tough weekend all round. Big weekend, Brian. Liz is off to Adelaide, so we might as well start there with Platelet. It was all looking good for the Group 1 Goodwood till she drew 17. So she'll be coming from the car park, and I think some of the favourites have drawn inside, but we have a secret weapon. It's going to rain. So I think there'll be a few coming out, and I think the outside will be the place to be, and you know how good Platelet is. She's 1 from 12, she's 1 from 14. She can set a record here and win from 17.
She can. She's really slow out last start. She's a little bit tardy out, but she still hit the line hard. And good horses overcome bad barriers, Darren.
It just means we'll get better value, Brian.
We always get good value with Platelet, so...
We do. She'll be 8 to 1, I think. And Shiny Buttons backs up from Warrnambool last week after his 2 runs down there. I still don't have nightmares about that Warrnambool Cup.
That flew in on Saturday, Darren. We've got Jolly Baby going around early on.
Yeah, look, she is in a 2800 metre, dropping back from the 4000 metre marathon at Sandown, the mid-Kent trained Jelly Baby. She's in good form and, lovely big track's going to suit her and she's ready to win one of these. Long Espresso kicks off at Flemington on Saturday. She's had a really good break. We gave her extra time to get over a tough spring and I think it's paid off. Her work's been terrific. Her goal is the Group 1 Tats Tiara in Queensland. So we need to kick her off and get her rolling so that she's in the peak of her form when we get to Queensland. It's Mother's Day, Brian, Sunday, and they're racing at Sandown. I'm protesting. I don't think they should be allowed to run on Mother's Day. It's a very special day. No, I'll be going to see Mum on Sunday and Liz will be going to see her mother, but Intravenous, yes, back to 1200 at Sandown. I think that'll really suit this filly. Marco's pleased with him. It does look a strong enough field. It's just a listed race. It's a good way to kick off and I'm sure he'll be competitive.
And Monday started to you, Darren. Thoughts there?
He goes to Warrington on Monday. Look, his first start was really, really good. Surprised the stable, ran 3rd and I think with that run under his belt he'll be competitive at Warrington.
And another bear looking forward to seeing in is Mum Bowley, who's due to get back to the race again on Wednesday at Sandown. How's she coming along?
Well, she was scratched at Sandown on Wednesday because the track wasn't wet enough, so we only want to run her on slow and heavy tracks at the moment, so she's in good order and as soon as she gets on a wet track she'll be winning. And of course this week we're announcing that we're syndicating the balance of SEISMOS, a horse we bought 50% share in earlier in the year. We've now obtained the final 50%. We're in the process of syndicating that horse who will be here for the Caulfield Melbourne Cup, trained in the UK by Marco Body, and he'll be first up for us sometime in June, July. So if you're interested in getting in SEISMOS, you need to give me a call very quickly.
And here's a number to call and here's an email to email. What about Darren? Who's your best for the week?
My best for the week? Well, I'd say on what I've seen out of these horses over the last week, I'd have to say Shiny Buttons is a moral.
Well, I would have nearly said the same thing, Darren, if I hadn't asked you first. But...
it's nice for a change that I get in first, Brian, so you'll have to pick another one.
Well, look, I might go intravenous each way in town.
Now next Thursday, Brian, on Thursday night in Melbourne, we're running a breeding seminar for our clients who own broodmares, and we've got some special guests coming along from Darley and Group 1 Goldmine, and we'll be running a presentation on the rights and wrongs of breeding, breeding to race, breeding for profit, and all the ins and outs on what's involved in getting involved in the broodmares and breeding your own stock to race. It's a significant part of the ATB business with 25 broodmares on hand now. So if you haven't registered your interest, you live locally and you want to come along next Thursday night at 6 p.m. for a nice evening with us, you need to give me a call fairly quickly. Brian, after that on June 1st, we're planning to have an open day at Darren Weir's.
Hang on, Darren, hang on one moment. We've got him. He is on the line via ATB Satellite. Darren, we have got Dean Elliott and he will be accepting your challenge for Saturday.
What challenge was that, Brian?
Oh, BJ, is that you?
Welcome, Dean.
Boys, I thought it was quite up that I'm watering my chilli plant here. Given the way the ATB runners have been going of late, both locally and overseas, you're running about as hot as these chilies over here.
Well, that's really brave, Dean. You've chose to dial in by satellite rather than come and sit next to me. I think you're a bit scared after I lead 5 love in the Ashes. He had the audacity to say I've won the battle but not the war.
So we didn't really want another pack of ginger episode, Darren, so I thought best to keep you here and keep Dean in Melbourne.
Well, I think it's good that he's in the red corner and I'm in the blue corner, and we don't want another Bondi incident this week, not with ATB.
Exactly, got to keep it professional, Darren. And Dean, last time you said Gregor to beat Platelet, it didn't. Can she beat it this time?
Good question, Brian. Insightful, as some might say. Look, there wasn't much between them last time. Platelet just did get the edge over them. We actually tipped the Quinella for those two, but Dryfontaine was just too strong, unfortunately. This time, different set of circumstances, set weights and penalties against the boys. Platelet, she's drawn wide. She's here to defend her crown. Can she do it? Look, she's definitely in the mix.
Well, what I think, Dean, you should be doing is any of the owners in ATB who have a Centrebet account, given that you seem to have some set against Platelet, you'll tip anything else. Talk about unpretentious. I think you're just being pretentious.
But the X Factor, boys, it might be unpretentious.
It couldn't be Platelet if it started now. So I think if any of the Platelet owners or any of the ATB owners want to back Platelet in the Goodwood from barrier 17 with Brad Rawiller on a wet track, I think she's a great chance. I think you should double up the odds of whatever goes up on fixed tomorrow. Oh, he's gone quiet now. He's gone quiet, Brian. Hello, Dean, are you there? Dean, come back, I can't hear you.
That's all we're doing, we can't swear we're live here, mate.
Yeah, fair point, Double D. Look, what I think we can do something really special for the guys out there. I noticed not only do you have Platelet running, but also Shiny Buttons, who's a great chance. So what we'll do, we'll give out a 20% winners bonus on both runners. So back Platelet, back Shiny Buttons, and back them both. If either of them win, I'll give you a 20% bonus on your winnings. All you have to do is simply email me at that address, and we'll get those extra funds into your account. So how about that? And look, and just on the unpretentious thing, well, obviously I want Platelet to run well and win for you guys, but if you're happy for that to be, round 6 of our Ashes, then let's do a little head-to-head bet, hey? I'll just lock it in the book now.
So what's your thoughts on the race?
Very competitive race. I think it's worthy of a Group 1 status. Race 7 on the card towards the end of the day, we sort of might be racing on a deadish kind of surface, so who knows which part of the track it'll suit. Maybe they're coming down the middle where Platelet could be. Some of the key runners I thought, we mentioned Platelet at $7.50. Sessions, he's $11 into 10. Forgive his heavy track form, and he's right in this. Very good turn of foot. Unpretentious mentioned at $12, represents great value. Dry Fontaine, Platelet's conqueror last start. She's again at $7, so bit of value there too. Sistine Demon is the boom horse, the new horse on the scene. Might be better over 1400, but they've freshened him up back to 1200 here, and he's right in the mix at $8. Local hopes, I thought the best of the locals was SA Raider. This is actually a full brother to Go Indigo, who might be a superstar Oaks contender in the spring. But however, he's a genuine 1200 metre sprinter, so if he gets the right run in transit, he can definitely be in the finish. And good old Gregors, we've talked about her, she's at $10 as well, so very open race as reflected in the odds, plenty of chances, and luck will have to play a part as it does in all of these big fields in the Group 1s, boys.
Look, listeners, I don't think you take too much of Dean Elliott. Just get on Platelet. He's going to give you that good price, and the more you put on, the more you're going to get back, so good luck to you all.
Okay, thanks, Dean. We'll probably catch up in a couple of weeks for the second test.
No worries, boys. Just working out the best spot in the bet cave here, the Centrebet Bet Cave, to bolt down this trophy, as I don't think it'll be going anywhere, let's be honest. So until next time, see you later, boys.
That's amazing, Dean Elliott. He thinks he's Andrew Bentley or someone, doesn't he?
At least he's made himself available. At least he took up the challenge, Darren.
He's got a good head for radio too. Now on June 1st is our next big event at Darren Weir's stables. We've got a parade, Brian, on the Sunday morning, June 1st. We're going to parade all our racehorses. Plus we're going to parade a few yearlings that we've secured around the place at different sales and that we've bred. So if you've got nothing planned for June the 1st Sunday morning, pop along up to Darren Weir's stables, RSVP to us, and we'll parade those yearlings on Sunday morning, followed by, Brian, we'll come up to the Ballarat Turf Club. We've arranged lunch for everybody, and at the relaunch of the opening of the new Ballarat track.
Relaunch, it looks fantastic, Darren, and what better place to have a winter wonderland than good old freezing Ballarat in the middle of autumn, close to winter.
Well, when I got here, Brian, it was 23 degrees in the car, and when I got out it was 6.
Yeah, it was going to be colder than that on a Sunday morning, June 1st, Darren, but the Ballarat track's looking fantastic, as you can see with the vision. And it's going to be a great day, and I know Lockie McKenzie and all the crew have done a great job getting this course back in shape. It's going to be good for Ballarat and the district.
Well, I'm Darren Dance, and this is Brian Johnson, and that's a wrap from this week from Ballarat. And good luck with your horses, and let's see if we can get a winner in the coming days.
Fly ATB!